Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading for October 2021. This is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Always, all my channels are for, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those intuitively guided, always. Welcome. Some of you may be in love with the Taurus. I hope you receive what you need to hear in this reading, and I don't know. I just feel like whatever brought you to the reading, welcome. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. I'm doing Taurus because I've had quite a few people ask me to do it today. So I'm doing it today for you and everyone else out there. So we're going to start with the Mother Mary Oracle deck. Let's go ahead and give it a shuffle or two. Already pre-shuffled, by the way. But we'll go ahead and shuffle it anyway. Bring your energy in here. Just give it a cut. I'm going to bring this down so you can see really well. And let's begin. Again, for October, remember time is fluid. You may listen to it in October and then maybe it doesn't make sense, but something keeps rolling around in your mind, and then like December you're like, go back and watch that reading and then it all makes sense. Now, that could take years. I've had lots of people who watch readings from years ago and it makes perfect sense to now. That's why I feel like readings are timeless. A lot is about right now, of course, but I don't know. I just think they're timeless. Okay. We have patience. Patience. I trust in divine timing. I trust in divine timing. Patience. Okay, we'll see how that plays in the reading. Patience to me is also the energy of temperance. It's the energy of the Knight of Pentacles. It really fits a lot of different energies in the tarot. So we'll see. We'll see how it comes together. Okay. Let's bring in the Tarot of Dreams. It's funny, I just moved my office around. And it takes it takes a moment to acclimate to it. I had my back to the door, and it just didn't feel right. Even though the readings were, very deep and intense and intuitive, I always knew that I had my back to the door. So I thought it's time to change that, right? Because I'm changing the office around. And now I can see the door. Okay. Just calm your mind. Shout out to my grandson, Joey, who is a Taurus. So anyone in the family who's on that side of the year. We have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is, to me, a new gate is opening up. A new opportunity is showing itself. I feel like you do have to walk through that gate. Some of you, I feel like this is something you've been waiting for with patience here. Right? Something happening in divine timing. And the Two of Wands would say, now it's up to you to take the action required, right? The universe is doing their part. Sometimes we get mad at divine timing. Or like, why can't I have what I want right now? Well, because it wouldn't work maybe the way that you really wanted to. It wouldn't serve you the way that it could maybe down the road, right? Once you have like realizations, awakenings, all that. Two of Wands, I definitely feel like this is knowing where I want to go. Doesn't mean I know where I'm going to end up, but I know where I want to go. Well, we have the Star. Card of Aquarius. This is your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. We have the Palace of Cups. I feel that the Palace in this deck is about the atmosphere that you'll find yourself in. Some of you could talk about wanting to be in love, wanting to be in a love relationship, you know. And interesting because, you know, all in its timing, all in divine timing. And then look at this, and now we have Temperance. Divine timing. This could be a measure of something that is now about ready to come in at the same time. Right? Patience, but now the same energy is now showing up in the reading. So far, it looks really good, right? We open with the Two of Wands. This is about, again, a new gate opening to you, a new portal opening. It is of your hopes, dreams, and wishes. It's something that you yourself have wanted to manifest. You know, this comes to fruition and puts you in the Palace of Cups, which is a beautiful, loving type atmosphere. But we have to be able to meet that energy, though. That's the one thing, is we have to be able to meet it, right? If we want the Palace of Cups, we have to be able to come into that energy balanced, let's say. And then Temperance, so divine timing, divine order. You know, this feels to me like things that are meant to be, things that are meant to happen. But it's not always in our timing, right? And maybe that's a good thing. All right, let's keep going. So in Major Arcanas, we have Aquarius and Sagittarius. Wow. We have the Three of Pentacles coming under the Two of Wands. We have the Ten of Swords coming under the Star. True. Excuse me, guys. I'm saying true because, you know, it's interesting that the Ten of Swords is coming under the Star, and I feel like, you know, especially with all this energy of be patient, be patient. I feel like I'm at my wit's end here at the Ten of Swords. I'm at my wit's end. You know, it becomes what I feel is like submissive type energy, because I feel like a lot of these swords, we know they're coming. We know they're gonna, you know, they're gonna, I don't know if they're gonna pierce our skin. Maybe they don't. Maybe we think they will. And then look at this. We have the Four of Wands, which is our marriage card. This is our commitment card. You know, there's no one kicking and screaming in this energy. These are two people who want to be together, who are very like-minded, who maybe are action-oriented. You know, it's, again, divine timing, having patience. And now the Two of Wands, to me, feels like it's saying this portal is about to open. And I don't know. Looks like a commitment, and it's coming under the Palace of Cups. Now, I have to tell you, it's attached to the Ten of Swords. So I feel like this Ten of Swords can be talking about past, it's definitely talking about past energy, right? But am I still carrying it with me? So I feel like for some of you, this could talk about past relationships and the hardships, right? Just say the hardships that we've gone through because of them. Many of them teaching lessons at the same time. I feel like for some of you, what am I looking for? What the universe is looking for from you is to understand who you are uniquely to the world, right? Timing seems to be, divine timing, I should say, seems to be coming into play, saying, you know, I want to make sure first that you understand your importance, right? You know, if you took yourself out, you were the missing piece of the puzzle, so to speak. This is where you're celebrated for your uniqueness. But you got to know that at the same time, right? So I feel like these 10 swords definitely play a part in timing. And I feel it's the eliminating of these swords is the main thing. Now, it is a 10, so I feel like it can come to an end. Am I ready for it to come to an end? Am I going to allow it to come to an end? You know, I want to say for some of you, this could talk about a relationship you're in right now and the healing over it, right? You know, life can get in the way. Life can get in the way and take, I don't know what I want to say, but and take like, and put like layers on us, right? And it's the peeling back of those layers to get back to who we were, who we are, who I am, who you are, that type of thing. So I feel like if I'm willing, you know, if this is talking about an existing relationship that has suffered those 10 swords, you know, can we bring this back together? It seems that you can. But again, there's layers that kind of have to be peeled away. I feel like these layers got to be peeled away, whether this is an existing relationship, a new relationship. Now, let's look at this in a different way too, because I feel like all of these apply. These can also talk about your work and what you're doing, what you were doing and what you're now doing, or, you know, an opportunity shows itself to do something that is unique to yourself. And celebrate that. I feel like you need to celebrate that. So this could certainly be an opportunity to opening up. And I also feel this could talk about within this Four of Wands, these are very like-minded people. These are people who see the importance of each other, let's say. We have the King of Pentacles. Can be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I wasn't going to take as many cards, but we're certainly not going to refuse them. We have the Four of Swords. So, you know, that's the healing process. That's the healing of those swords. It's the healing over the mind, my thought system, what I tell myself I can't do versus what I can do, all that. A lot of that is based on other people's opinions, but in some way, somehow we take it on and twist it around, and then all of a sudden we think we're not good enough. This is telling you the opposite. We have the Page of Wands. Can be can be a younger fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Judgment. Look at this. Judgment coming right under that Four of Wands and the Palace of Cups. And then we have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, coming right under this King. And again, you know, to me, it doesn't matter what sign you are. It's more about the energy of each one of them. So let's talk about them for a second. So this King of Pentacles comes to the table and is able to see the big picture of things, right? I can look down and see the big picture. The Queen of Pentacles will come in and see these details, right? That will get us to this energy. The Queen of Wands is the Queen of Action. She moves according to her desires. She's not really thinking about it. She's just moving with it. And that's what your opening card is asking you to be. Is asking you to be this Queen of Wands, a Queen of Action. King or Queen, by the way. Judgment right next to that. Judgment is a call to the present moment. Why? Well, because a rebirth wants to take place. There's a rebirth in something within your life that wants to take place. Now, whether it be your whole life or just compartments of your life, here is the energy. here is the energy. Healing process. I feel like, I feel like for many of you, like, how do I say it? It's like you're healed enough. Um, Even if I'm in the healing process, I feel like what it's saying, it's now also time for movement. We have the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Can be Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. The wheel underneath him, that's the energy of your destiny. Something's moving. Time is moving. Something's getting ready to move. Okay, because we have so many cards on our first spread, let's go ahead and bring in the Gilded Tarot. And let's go deeper. Okay. Sorry. We have the Six of Cups. It did show in reverse, and I saw it flip itself around, so I am gonna turn it in reverse. But I read it both ways, to be honest with you. The Six of Cups is about happy memories. It's a time when I was happy in my life. I was balanced. This can be about a person, and when I think about this person, it brings happy thoughts to me, right? It brings melancholy almost to me. Two of Wands over that may say something that is in the works. It just wasn't time at the, it just wasn't the right time. Maybe I had to think about this for a while, right? Maybe the thinking of this is what moves me eventually or finally out of the Ten of Swords energy. So let's keep going. It's going to certainly talk about a past love, but it also talks about, like, I often feel it is like home, like where I grew up, those people, that time period. It brings me. And listen, it doesn't mean I had to have the greatest childhood. It just means that there's periods or people. We have the Hangman. So we have something else saying, well, hang on, it just might not be the right time yet. Maybe something hasn't, played itself out completely. It's so funny because I was just thinking to myself, maybe someone is still connected to someone, and the cutting of the ties needs to happen, right? Because, like I feel in all my readings, you're not just, if I'm looking for love, I'm not just looking for any old love. I want the best. But then that means I have to be able to match it. And I hate to keep saying that, but it's just a fact. So justice is the cutting of those ties. I feel like it's just a cutting of the ties. Some of this is about a divorce. Whatever it is. Card of Libra, by the way. But the Hangman is right before that. Okay, interesting. Well, hello, Two of Cups. And then we have the Devil, card of Capricorn. So, let's stop. Got the Two of Cups out. Two of Cups is coming over Temperance, the controller of time, so to speak, divine time. And that just means the best time, the right time. Two of Cups is a soulmate energy. It's coming after the cutting of certain ties, whether that be you, whether that be someone else, or whether it be two people. You may have thought about someone, you may even have reconnected with someone, but I don't feel like there's a coming together because it doesn't feel like it's time, right? First, something, and I hate to keep saying this in my readings, but I'm starting just to think it's a fact, right? Old ties need to be cut. to bring in this Two of Cups, right? Temperance, divine timing, to bring in this energy for these two soulmates to come together. Something's got to go. All right, we have the Devil over the Three of Pentacles. So it's interesting because all of a sudden I'm feeling like some of you, and how do I mean this, like have gone into, like you're working, you found a niche like within the dark. Now, maybe your niche is helping to guide people out of the dark, that type of thing. But I feel like you are, you know, I can't complain about these 10 swords because it is those 10 swords I feel like that then open up this part of me, find me perhaps on a new path. And part of that path may be, you know, I often feel it's our own experiences and how did we overcome, and then helping others who are walking in our shoes, our footsteps. So, this can talk about temptation, you know, temptations that we had to overcome, someone else had to overcome. Some of you, I feel like this is a Capricorn that may be, I don't know, in a way admiring what you do, admiring you. You know, I often feel that it's the things like as we get older that we don't like about ourselves, that the person, the soulmate who finally comes in, that's exactly what they love about us. So, a lot of cobwebs with that, right? They got to be cleared away. Like, why did these people tell me that I'm no good, but then here's this person telling me that they love everything about me? Well, because it's the right person. Some of you, this Capricorn could be someone of the past. But I'm also noticing the Four of Swords underneath that. So, you know, healing. And I feel like many of you are now healers. Probably always were. And I feel like if you're in the healing business in any way, you have to have experience, right? You like, how do you counsel someone? I mean, I'm sure there's a way, but the way I look at it is, how do I help someone overcome that Ten of Swords if I've never been in it, right? If I don't know what it feels like, if I don't know how mentally draining it is, if I don't know that, how do I then help someone else overcome that? Because I feel like for some of you, you are becoming the healer and you are helping. And I honestly don't think you could do it without the experiences. I don't know why, but like Jesus just popped in my mind, and what Jesus experienced. Wow, Nine of Pentacles, exactly what I was feeling. So some of you are truly creating a business for yourself that definitely has roots that can be set down, that can be abundant for you in all different kinds of ways. And why? Because I feel like it's meant to be. And I feel like you had to travel to get to this point. So the Nine of Pentacles is a very independent type energy. You know, this is me building up my pentacles. And I don't know, it's coming over the Ten of Swords. So those experiences are, you know, I guess you don't believe it until, you know, like I've been through so much in my life, and I see how I'm using it to help others. You know what I mean? And I feel that for you too. So this is the building of your pentacles. And don't shut down that unique part of you, because that's exactly what's being called to the surface. The Hangman seems to be putting a little bit of a hold on that. But that's just for now, right? The Hangman is about seeking wisdom in my physical world, you know, seeking wisdom on my next steps, on how to reach my dreams. Many times it's like you got to take a step forward in it. It's like the universe needs to know you really mean it. And then when you take a step in it, like the Two of Wands, perhaps that whole path opens up to you. We have the World. Well, this is new. So it is coming over the Four of Wands. So that commitment card with the Palace of Cups above it. I mean, you know, that's a loving harmonic. I keep looking at the computer, forgetting my computer or my microphone is over here. I hope you can hear me well. So anyways, the World. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So, you know, we have the King of Cups over here. I don't know. I'm not going to say this is a water sign that is leaving someone's life. Now, it could be. I want to look more of it as the energy, because I feel like this Queen is now connected to this King, which is a lot, it's different energy. So maybe I'm cutting ties with the King of Cups because perhaps I heard from or I saw, whether it be through social media or whatever it is, you know, something stirred your soul, stirred your heart, and it seemed to turn your eye, turn your direction. And as it relates to love, I feel like, you know, we have the Queen and the King of Cups, and I feel like that's more relating to a partnership. But now we have the King of Pentacles with this Queen. After the chapter, right? I closed one chapter. The Ten of Swords says, time to close it. Understand it, you know, understand those swords, because you're going to be using them. A lot of you are helping others to heal. I feel like once you get on that path, of course, this is when soulmate energy is going to enter, because soulmates need each other, right? We help each other. So, nonetheless, I feel like this could be certainly meeting someone along the path, or for some of you, this King or Queen is of the past that may be coming new again. Remember, first there needs to be ties cut so that this Palace of Cups can be all that it can be. There's no, I don't know, there's no mud in it. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Knight of Swords. Coming over the Four Swords. It's like some of you are receiving downloads. You know, you get downloads. You're having dreams, almost like direction on which way to go. Some of you, I do feel like there is or there will be some type of communication of someone of the past. And again, I'm not feeling a heaviness with this person, even though it is in reverse. I think it's more just a period of time before there's movement in it. So the King of Swords, or the Knight of Swords, you know, this knight is bringing in some type of communication, some type of truth. That's his job, right? But it's also attached to this Three of Pentacles, where you are doing you. You're doing you. Your uniqueness, right? You're building something, building a business, I feel. And it feels kind of like based out of truth, and also based over the healing period that you went through. So this is kind of like what I was saying, using your past experience then to help heal others. I also feel there's maybe communication that came in from someone of the past. Let's say someone of the younger years. Okay, way too many. But we're going to take what's face up. There's a lot, but we're going to take them. We have the Empress. You know, I feel like the Empress is a status. It's what you reach. It's the energy that you find yourself at. You know, the Empress to me is the energy of all the queens, right? She has walked the path of all the queens, and therefore she has the wisdom of all the queens. And there's no need to fear in that energy. The Empress has found a beautiful balance between gentleness and nurturing and strength, and power. But a power, you know, it's like, you know, a type of leader that you can trust in. that type of thing. So the Empress coming right over that Nine of Pentacles energy. Real quick, I feel like this could also be for someone, you could have lost your mother, and you could be receiving, maybe it's in your dreams or what have you. It's like, and I almost feel like you're someone who even said, like, if you go before me, let's try this. And I feel like you may be receiving signs from your mother. And I have to say, those signs feel more related to your pentacles than anything. That would make sense, right? Because I tell my daughter that all the time. Like, make sure you found your own foundation strong before, you try to add love in. Because if your foundation's weak, it's too easy to tumble over. Anyway, let's keep going. We have the Ten of Wands. Just a period of heavy responsibility. It's a period of, where it feels backbreaking. Some of you, I feel like you've put a lot of work into something that now, it feels like now may be the time to release it. It's like I've been writing a book. Maybe I'm releasing a chapter. I don't know, to entice, right? To like, here's the chapter, and I hope you buy my book when it's published, type of thing. I don't know. Are you allowed to do that? It's like giving someone a taste. And then the reason being, it draws them in, like, oh, I want to know more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Well, hello, lovers. So, card of Gemini. We're getting a lot of major arcanas in your reading, by the way. Major arcanas usually talk about some type of change, some type of energy. Lovers is about a connection, no doubt. It's a head over heart decision, but I don't really have any questions here. Like, I really don't have any energy of where someone's like, should I or shouldn't I? I think the only thing I may have a question on is, should I cut ties to a certain energy? And listen, some of you, it can be with the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands that you've been staying in the same type of energy for so long, but you're expecting things to be different. But they can't be, because I keep doing the same thing, right? It's like we keep playing the same old record, but I want to hear a different song. Well, it's not on that record. That type of thing. So I feel like, and I'm saying that because I feel like it's almost like, pushed to the breaking point that almost forces me to make a change, which, listen, it can feel hard, it can feel difficult, but in the long run, I feel like as soon as I make that change, boom, the right energy starts to come in, starts to follow. So some of you, this is definitely talking about a love relationship with the Two of Cups and the Lovers here. Temperance controlling that. For some of you, I feel like this is of someone of the past. You may hear communication that comes in. This is nothing I feel like that I wait for, because I feel like, honestly, what this reading is saying is, if you understand these tens, the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands, and all that it, what it represents, it sends you into a direction where a lot of you are then creating businesses out of it. And I feel a lot of healing in that, probably healing for yourself, but also healing for others. So I feel like as I'm concentrating on that, right, telling myself that I can have my hopes and dreams come to fruition, I can have that. Anything that stands before it, that may be what I want to cut, whatever that may be. Because as soon as you make that cut, boom, Two of Cups, the Empress, the Nine of Pentacles, which is success, by the way. It's, independently successful. It means you build it. You build it through your own, your hard work, your sweat, your tears. You may just you may just have just begun to build it. Some of you have been like putting all the pieces together, and I feel like now is the time. It's interesting because we're moving into the fall in North America. So let's see else what we got. Well, hello, Ace of Cups. Under this knight, right? This knight who's bringing in some type of communication. Here is the Ace of Cups. we have the Magician. Very powerful reading of where I was and where I can be and where I will be. The Magician is all that energy you have within yourself to manifest the type of life that you want. Listen, it may not look exactly like you want it to look, but it'll probably be better when I'm manifesting, especially with the Empress right there. I'm manifesting through the Empress's energy. My God, you can create anything. You can really create one heck of a life for yourself. And I don't care where you're at. I don't care what your age is at, right? I know. I know from experience, like I've changed my life, I don't know how many times, and a lot of times it was just like really unexpected. We have the Hierophant, so the card of Taurus, beautiful, showing up in your own reading, and it's coming right over Judgment. Right over Judgment. So, the Hierophant is about your higher self, trusting in your higher self. The Hierophant's coming right under the Ten of Wands, and to me it feels like, understanding once and for all that these heavy, these responsibilities, these things in life, they're not for nothing. There's plenty to be learned and plenty of growth to be gained from them. So the Hierophant asks you to check your belief system. You know, what do you say to yourself about yourself? Do you, tell yourself that you can do anything? And you really can, with the Magician right next to that. So the Hierophant wants you to cut the ties, just like Justice cut the ties of this Ten of Wands and that Ten of Swords, because it no longer serves you. It no longer serves you. That's why. So I can stay in it, but I'm not really getting anything out of it, right? It's like, okay, I don't know. I feel like it becomes karma. But the Magician is the opposite of that. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Magician. We started with the Two of Wands and the Star up here. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Here is the manifestation of that, right? The Ace of Cups. This knight feels like it's coming in towards you. Also carrying an Ace of Cups with them. So, it's interesting because, I don't know if you know that you're manifesting this type of energy. I feel like, you want to be, but I also feel like you're becoming very in tune with your pentacles at the same time. Some of you have had great rises and great falls, and you may have found yourself maybe in 2020 in a new job, in a new position, where I know many of you have started your own businesses. And it's been hard and it's been difficult, right? But I feel like this is about seeing the fruits of your labor, at least enough to keep you enticed, to know that you're on the right path, that type of thing. So, I love that Hierophant showed up in your reading. Let's get our last card. Hierophant's looking over at the Lovers. I feel like the Lovers here, with the Hierophant looking at the Lovers, Two of Cups right above that, and then divine timing over that. The Ace of Cups opening up this line over healing, the healing process of the past, right? This cup is a brand new cup. Even if I loved this person before, it's still brand new. I don't want to do what I did before if it didn't work before. I don't want to go the whole way to the Ten of Wands and Ten of Swords again. I want to see, right? The 5 in the Hierophant says, keep your eyes open. Judgment says, stay in the present moment. That's where your miracles are at. That's where your signs are at. That's how you progress. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. I'm telling you, some of you, are becoming, even if you don't know it, like the defender of man, right? Maybe at one time you had to defend yourself, and that energy has stuck with you. And what I mean is well, what do I want to say? It's like you're over it, but it has stayed with you at how hard some things were that you had to overcome. Probably people, right? This is defending oneself, but I feel like we're moving a step beyond that now, and now it's you helping defend others, especially with the Ace of Swords right there, right? The Ace of Swords is about truth. It's truth. You know, it's a form of communication, but it's coming from the energy of truth. And then we have the Death card. You know, and it's interesting because death, much like judgment, talks about a rebirth, right? It's a closing of old doors so that new doors can be opened. Card of Scorpio, by the way. I don't want to forget that. But literally, you know, it's like sometimes new opportunities cannot come in because there is no room in your life. Or, you know, our mindset is still stuck back here in what people told us in that. And that's the things that we have to cut the ties to and close the door. So doors need to be closed so that new doors can be opened. It may be why the Six of Cups is in reverse over this Two of Wands, because I feel like the Two of Wands is going to happen. And I feel like this Knight of Swords here could certainly be the communication from someone of the past. And I don't feel like they're really tied to the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Now, I also feel the energy of past lives. No doubt, past lives. So, you know, there could have been energy of something in a past life that was not finished, and you came into this lifetime to complete it together. Together. Remember, we have the Four of Wands, so who's ever moving into this relationship, there's nobody kicking and screaming. These are two people who want to be together. I mean, the Two of Cups, the lovers, and the Ace of Cups. There's no kicking and screaming, right? So, I feel like I talked very fast in your reading, and I hope I didn't talk too fast. I just kind of go with the flow. But I think I'm going to leave it there. Because I feel like this is energy that we get to this point. This may be one of those readings, like I said, where you come back and revisit it. Because right now you may be over here, or may be in these Tens of Swords and Tens of Wands, but you're about to cut those ties. So, don't think that you can't have great love in your life. Don't think that you don't have soulmates in your life. You have soulmates in your life. I feel like the biggest problem, if I want to call it a problem, is when we want what we want, but we ourselves are not quite there. Does that make sense? I want what I want, but I'm not really quite ready for it. Now, the universe knows that, right? Here is, as we look at love in this relationship, what a strong energy of love we have in here. I mean, divine type love. Romantic, but divine type love. If it came, you know, if this came in while I'm in the Ten of Swords and I'm in the Ten of Wands, would it serve me? I don't think so. I don't think so. I just don't. I feel like components would then be skipped over. So, you know, that's just kind of what I'm feeling. I don't know. I just feel like once we understand that, life becomes a little easier. Like, oh, I didn't realize I had that much power in my own life, in my own creation of my life. This is your life, right? You came to this lifetime to accomplish, with purpose. Many times the purpose is to go through experiences, to overcome, to heal, and then to help those who are walking in your footsteps. I get that all the time in our readings. So I think when we realize that, then we're like, oh, it's like that aha moment. And then we can start to let the baggage go. And that way we can truly open up these divine doors. I trust in divine timing. Here is divine timing, and it is controlling well, I hate to use the word controlling, but it is over that two, or it's the underlying energy of the Two of Cups. So when will this two of Cups come in? At the right time. When is the right time? At the right time. I also feel like this is energy. It's saying you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think about it so hard. Yes, think about what it is you want to create in your world. And I feel like, because what I mean is like, I want to trust in what divine is bringing together with me also. Because often I feel like it's better than I myself could have imagined. So, but your movement is important. So when it's time to move forward, Judgment saying keep yourself in the present moment. These are where your signs will be. These are where what feels like miracles will be. A lot of times you're creating these miracles, by the way. Don't think I'm always waiting for God to hand me a miracle. God's saying I'm waiting for you to create your miracle. I'm giving you all the elements you need. Now go ahead and create that miracle for yourself. So, I'm going to leave it there, but I am going to read Patience. I got to learn that my microphone is over here and not over here. Patience. God's timing is perfect, as this card reminds you. When you pray for help, that request is heard and answered. If your prayers involve other people, their free will decisions influence the timing of the outcome. Heaven knows this and devises ingenious solutions that arrive at exactly the right moment. You receive this card as a reminder to have patience with God's plans and solutions. If you try to control, force, or push your own agenda, you may miss out on an infinitely better alternative. Ask Mother Mary to help you demonstrate her infinite wisdom, her infinite patience, and trust in God's timing. Beautiful. And I feel like that is the moral of the story. And I'm going to leave it there, guys. As always, I thank you for just being part of my channel. Thank you for subscribing and the likes and the donations and sharing. Truly, that's what keeps my channel alive. Thank you for your beautiful comments. You guys know I just love the comments. Just love them. So keep them coming, and thank you for jumping in when you hear someone going through something difficult, and you've had that experience. Thank you for jumping in and helping them. I feel like that's what a lot of us are doing now. We're in the healing modality, and we're like-minded. I feel like that's why you and I find each other. So I think your reading is beautiful. As most readings, there's hardships to overcome, but once you do, I feel like you're opening doors that just feel kind of amazing. So yeah, I look forward to reading your comments. I love you guys. I will see you next time at the table. Bye-bye.